Hey guys, welcome to another battle report. This time Black Templars meets Tau. This is Gabriel versus Peter. 1500 points, Firesweep, Spearhead, they fight. This is Gabriel's army, a couple of squads of Terminators in drop pads, 2 squads of Initiates with Rhino tanks, 2 Dreadnoughts, a couple of Speeders, and Emperor's Champion. This is the Gabriel himself. This is Peter, and he's playing Tau. Unfortunately, we don't have his army displayed. Now both players have to bid for initiative. Who will go first? The player that holds less tokens in his hand will deploy first, actually. It is Peter. Now he deploys first, and he must do so in less than a minute. We have 9 buildings, 9 objectives. Every building is an objective. Scoring units from every side. We'll try to control as many buildings or objectives as they can before the game ends, 5th round. Now, since this is a 4th edition scenario, we are considering every infantry, including elite choices, fast attack, to be scoring units. Now it's the time for Gabriel to try to steal initiative, and he was very close, but nope. Still, Peter goes first. He moves just a little bit that hammerhead, and he concentrates all fire. The only units that he can see are Rhino tank, hidden there inside those windows, a little bit to the right, and Dreadnought. But he manages to fail every single one of his shots. No problem, doesn't matter. He's gonna try again with this hammerhead, and he can see just a little bit of that Rhino, but he rolls a 1 again and he fails again. And it's time for Gabriel's Black Templar army to try to score a few points early on. So he moves that Rhino, and we don't actually see it in this video, but those Dreadnoughts fire against those hammerheads and they fail with scoring. Actually they hit, but the cover saves are fantastic. By the end of this first round, Black Templars holds 2 buildings and Tau holds nothing. Actually, every single scoring unit in the Tau army is in reserves. Peter hopes to get those later on. Peter actually is more concerned about destroying units than occupying buildings. It's all part of his strategy. But right now, he concentrates fire against that Rhino. He hits, and Gabriel... oh, he fails the save, so he loses 1 weapon, the Stormbolter. Next, that hammerhead will fire against one of those Dreadnoughts. Will he hit? We'll see. And he fails another 1. Fresh from reserves, those 3 Piranhas will try their fusion blasters against that Dreadnought. Will they hit? They need force to score. And only 2 manage to score. Now, fusion blasters are melt weapons, so they score penetrating hit and another penetrating hit. So 2 penetrating hits against the Dreadnought. It doesn't look good for that poor Dreadnought, and it explodes. That Dreadnought's history. Now it's a crater. All right, so it's Black Templar's turn too. Gabriel rolls for reinforcements and manages to get those Terminators into the game, very close to those Piranhas, and that squad of Terminators very close to the Hammerhead. Dan Landspeeder also gets in, and the Hammerhead, he prefers to find a little bit of cover. That Rhino moves ahead, trying to get another building. The other Rhino rams those Piranhas and fails to do any damage. Those Dreadnoughts fire against the Hammerhead, and he scores only 1 hit with a 5, and he damages a penetrating hit, and it explodes beautifully. The story is not yet over. Speaking of catastrophes, that Piranha is wrecked by that Dreadnought, and the other 2 Piranhas will definitely try to avenge his comrade. The rest of the units are still untouched, but Gabriel still has firepower with those Dreadnoughts to destroy the other Piranha. So, only 1 Piranha left, and it's actually immobilized? No, No, it's just shaken. By the end of turn 2, Black Templars hold 4 objectives and Tau holds 0 objectives. Tau's turn 3. Those proxy suits get into the fight. Those are headquarters, I don't remember the name right now. This is a devilfish loaded with finally scoring units and more suits, which are scoring units. Anyway, back to the game. Those suits fire the fusion blasters against the rhino and they both hit. Rolls to wound, that's a penetrating hit, and that's another penetrating hit. That rhino might be in danger and it explodes. Yep, that rhino is gone. Those broadsides will attack this land speeder, but first we'll take a look at what happened to the rhino. Actually, I don't know why, but the rhino was left as a wrecked and it was actually an explosion, but I'm gonna have to go back to that. Anyway, the other squad of suits fire against those initiates and they hit 2, actually they kill 2. Finally, broadsides fire against the land speeder, manage to get 3 hits. They miss 1. A reroll, nothing. Smart missile system, and he gets another 3 hits. Here's the wound. This is a Typhoon land speeder, so it's not up and topped. So he managed to get 2 penetrating hits and 1 glancing hit. Here's the glancing hit. That's -2, so that's a 2. It won't move or shoot next turn. And those are the penetrating hits, and that's immobilized. Devilfish fires its burst cannon against the initiated squad, and he gets to reroll those 2. He gets 4 hits, all 4 wound, so Gabriel needs 4 saves, 3+, and he misses 1. One of his initiates is gone. Alright, that's it for Tau's turn 3. Now it's time for a little Black Templar payback. So the rhino rams against the devilfish, but nada, hombre, nada. Okay, the dreadnought moves. Those 2 speeders have just arrived, deep striking. The squads of terminators, both squads move, closing in. The drop pod fires against the piranha and misses completely. The first squad of terminators will target the devilfish now, and they manage to get 1 hit. He gets a glancing hit, and that's immobilized. The devilfish is immobilized. So, moving on, we have the 2 the Typhoon land speeders. They will both fire against the hammerhead from behind, and they get 4 hits. Here's the wound, and all of those are penetrating hits. The hammerhead is in real danger. No cover save or anything. I think the hammerhead is gone. Yeah, that's it. It's a wreck. So the terminators back there, a little blurry, but back there, shoot against these broadsides. Finally, those broadsides have been doing their part, but not enough, if you ask me. Lots of hits. See if the hits can do anything. Yeah, 4 wounds and 3 saves, so 1 wound for that broadside. Alright, Gabriel forgot to use that drop pod, but later on we rolled for it and it failed completely. The blurry initiates fire against the suits. He managed to get 4 wounds and no, 2 wounds and 2 saves, and nothing happened. And finally, in assault phase, we have a squad of suits facing a squad of initiates and the Emperor's Champion. The Emperor Champion goes first and kills one of those suits, and the rest of the squad actually fails to do any damage, but a sweeping advance finally takes care of the other suit. And that's it for part 1. Click the link below if you have a clicking device. If you don't, see you in the next video. Black Templars 4 Objectives Tau 1. Happy wargaming, Ga. And thanks for watching, Ga.